Former Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's rule ended abruptly in August 2024. Mass protests erupted across the country, sparked by allegations of corruption and authoritarianism. The situation escalated quickly, leading to a violent crackdown by security forces. Facing intense pressure, Hasina fled to neighboring India seeking refuge. Bangladesh's interim government, led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, launched an investigation into the violence. These accusations include enforced disappearances and suppression of dissent. The interim government accused Hasina of overseeing a campaign of violence against opponents. Hasina, from her temporary base in India, has denied all charges, claiming they are politically motivated. Bangladesh's International Crimes Tribunal, ICT, has formally requested the extradition of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina from India. The ICT, established in 2010, was initially tasked with investigating war crimes from the 1971 Liberation War, but expanded its mandate in 2013 to include crimes against humanity. Chief Prosecutor Anwar Mansur stated they have substantial evidence of Hasina's involvement in crimes against humanity. The Bangladeshi government has invoked the 2013 extradition treaty with India, submitting a detailed dossier outlining the accusations and evidence. Interim leader Muhammad Yunus has called upon India to honor its international obligations and extradite Hasina. He stressed that this is not a political issue but a matter of upholding justice and accountability. Bangladesh is committed to the rule of law, and Hasina must face trial for her alleged crimes. India finds itself in a delicate diplomatic situation following Bangladesh's extradition request for Sheikh Hasina. India and Bangladesh share a long and complex history, bound by strong cultural, economic, and security ties. The extradition request has put a strain on this relationship, with Bangladesh urging swift action and India facing potential repercussions for its international reputation. The Indian government has stated it will examine the request thoroughly based on due process and international law. They have assured Bangladesh that they value the bilateral relationship and will handle the matter with utmost sensitivity. Domestic political considerations in India further complicate the situation, with some parties voicing concerns about setting a precedent. They urge the government to proceed cautiously and prioritize India's national interests. The situation requires careful handling to maintain the delicate balance in India-Bangladesh relations. The International Crimes Tribunal, ICT in Bangladesh, has been controversial since its inception in 2010. Initially tasked with investigating war crimes from the 1971 Liberation War, its mandate expanded to include crimes against humanity and genocide. The ICT has faced criticism for impartiality and adherence to international standards. Despite criticisms, the ICT has convicted several high-profile individuals, bringing justice for 1971 war atrocities. These convictions have been welcomed by victims and their families. The extradition request for Sheikh Hasina and the potential trial at the ICT have raised concerns about human rights and due process. Human rights organizations emphasize the importance of ensuring a fair and impartial trial if Hasina is extradited. Amnesty International calls for upholding international standards of due process, including the presumption of innocence and the right to a fair hearing. Human Rights Watch has expressed concerns about the ICT's independence and impartiality, citing allegations of government interference. The international community will be closely watching how this case unfolds, emphasizing justice, human rights, and the rule of law. The extradition request for Sheikh Hasina has the potential to significantly impact relations between Bangladesh and India. The two countries share a multifaceted relationship, characterized by cooperation on trade, security, and development. However, the extradition request has introduced tension, with Bangladesh viewing India's response as a test of its commitment to the bilateral relationship. India is treading cautiously, mindful of the potential diplomatic fallout and domestic political sensitivities. The extradition request has fueled anti-India sentiment among some sections of Bangladeshi society, accusing India of harboring a fugitive. The situation requires careful handling by both sides to prevent further damage to the bilateral relationship. The decision will likely be influenced by a complex interplay of legal, diplomatic, and political considerations.